Big news has now arrived on Gunners. You want to know all the details, so follow me until the end of the video. But first, if you are in love with Arsenal, show your love and subscribe to THE channel now and turn on notifications. Here we post daily news and behind the scenes of the biggest club in THE Premier League, Arsenal. Thank you. Every word Mikel Arteta said in the title race: Spurs versus Man City, Man United win, and Saka injury. Arsenal's manager spoke to the press after the Gunners' 1-0 victory in the Premier League over Manchester United at Old Trafford. How happy are you with the result? Very, very happy, obviously. Everything is at stake. We haven't had room for error since January. We have to keep winning, and winning in any context. Today we had to play in a really special place, where our history wasn't very optimistic about what could happen, but we found a way to win. That says a lot about how much the team wants it. Was the team nervous? Yes, because in the end, you know what the consequences will be. When you're there and really want it, I feel the team with a good mindset before the game. We started the game well and scored the goal, but I think that goal touched on something, mainly on the tasks and things we have to do with the ball possession. We started playing too safe, without respecting any structure and without enough purpose. I didn't like it, and we had to change, but we had difficulty doing that. If you don't have that element to be more dominant and present in the game, you have to be extraordinarily competitive and do the defensive things correctly. I thought we were excellent at that today. Do you see Spurs capable of getting a result against City? My experience in this league is that any team can beat any team. I've lived through various scenarios on the last day, when many teams had needs. The level of respect everyone puts into the games is phenomenal. We know we need a result. We need to do our part even on the last game. But today we wanted to open that dream box to live the last day of the season in front of our people with the opportunity to win the Premier League. That's something we're going to experience together, and I'm very happy to do it with these players and team. How is the last week of the season for you now? They're all buzzing there. We really wanted to live that moment. We said, now we have to earn the right to go to the last day and experience that moment. That's part of our journey to have great chances of winning the Premier League. We wanted to experience that. We're going to have a normal week of preparation to try to be in the best space to compete and win against Everton and then live the occasion as well. How emotionally challenging is it to win every week and still hope for a slip-up? I think winning encourages you to win more and to be better equipped, prepared, and confident to win in different contexts and get results in different ways. Someone told me it's 27 wins in the Premier League. It's the most in the history of this club in 130 years. That's not progress, that's history. That's very difficult to achieve, especially in the league we're playing in now. A big compliment to all the players and staff for what they've done. Will you do something extra if it comes down to goal difference? I don't know. We'll prepare the week, the game, and all the possible scenarios we may face on the day, for sure. Kai Havertz said he'll be the biggest Tottenham fan on Tuesday. Do you feel the same? We know we need that. They're a very difficult team to face. We felt that a few weeks ago when we played against them. So, I hope they can do it. Can City feel pressure like any other team, right? I don't know. That's a question for them. We have to do our part and wait. How impressed are you with the journey the club has taken since you joined? I don't know. We're now at a moment where our focus is on one thing: winning. We'll analyze the season and put everything together, try to understand what's happening, and try to improve. Kai Havertz sends a clear message to Tottenham Hotspur after Arsenal's win against Manchester United. Arsenal star Kai Havertz played a pivotal role in Mikel Arteta's men's resurgence to the top of the Premier League, ensuring that the title race goes down to the wire. The Arsenal forward Kai Havertz insisted that he will turn into a Tottenham Hotspur fan on Tuesday night after his team defeated Manchester United on Sunday. The Gunners knew the pressure was on them ahead of the clash at Old Trafford this weekend, following Manchester City's return to the top of the Premier League on Saturday. City's 4-0 win over Fulham gave Pep Guardiola's side a 2-point lead at the division summit. Anything less than a win would have handed City the chance to clinch the Premier League for the fourth consecutive season, a record, on Tuesday night against Spurs. However, Havertz set up Leandro Trossard for the only goal of the game in Arsenal's victory over United, putting them back on top. Should City fail to beat Tottenham midweek, Arsenal knows the title will be in their hands on the final day, with a win enough to crown them champions. However, if Guardiola's men win, they will know that a victory at home against West Ham United on the final day will seal their place in history. Immediately after the game at Old Trafford, Havertz was asked if he would show his allegiance to Tottenham midweek, despite the historic rivalry between the two clubs. The German replied on Sky Sports, "I'll be the biggest Tottenham fan of all time, we all will. So, let's hope for the best." Tottenham still have something to play for on Tuesday night if Aston Villa loses to Liverpool. This result would open the door for Spurs to finish fourth if Unai Emery's men also slip up on the final day of the season. What Arsenal needs from Tottenham versus Man City to take control of the Premier League title race. Latest Premier League title news after Arsenal's win against Manchester United, which took them back to the top of the table. Arsenal needs a huge favour from Tottenham, their North London rivals, to win the Premier League at the expense of Manchester City. The Gunners secured an excellent victory against Manchester United on Sunday, reclaiming the lead after Manchester City's dominant win over Fulham the day before. The 2023-24 Premier League season will come to an end next weekend, and the title will be decided then. However, first, Man City must visit the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Tuesday night, with this clash having significant implications for the title. Pep Guardiola's team is currently on 85 points, while Arsenal is now 1 point ahead and also has a better goal difference by 3, hence must win on Tuesday and preferably by a considerable margin. Spurs might also have something at stake against the reigning champions, as their slim Champions League qualification hopes depend on Aston Villa. A loss to Liverpool on Monday would at least keep Spurs in the conversation. However, Unai Emery's side earning 3 points would mean they finish in 4th place. Meanwhile, a Man City win is the only result that keeps them in control of the title race against Arsenal. A draw would mean both teams have 86 points, but Arsenal's superior goal difference would keep them in the lead and thus have the advantage going into the final day. The Lily-Whites defeating Man City, however, would be even better for Arsenal, with that result meaning a win against Everton would be enough to clinch the title, regardless of what Man City does. However, a draw at the Emirates Stadium would leave the door open for Guardiola's side to reach 88 points and Arsenal to 87. With so much resting on the Spurs vs Man City clash, Arteta was asked about his plans during the game. In statements to Sky Sports, he said, "I'll watch the game. I watch all the games. We need a true result. Besides, we have to do our job, and everything is still on the line." While having the goal difference advantage is nice, it will likely come down to points, with City being able to reach a maximum of 91 points compared to Arsenal's 89. However, a draw at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with City and Arsenal winning thereafter on the final day would see the title go to North London because of that advantage, unless the current champions overturn the 3-goal deficit against West Ham. Paul Merson believes that Manchester United was simply too weak for Arsenal not to win when the two clubs faced off in the early Premier League match today. The Gunners were geared up for a tough game at their neighbours Manchester City's home, and the home team likely had part of the blue half of the city rooting for them. Surprisingly, Arsenal wasn't at their best in a game we all expected them to win. However, they still got the job done and probably had some help from United. The Red Devils were plagued by injuries, with several of their key players missing the game. Despite having enough players on the field to trouble Arsenal, Erik ten Hag's team never looked good enough. The United stars were nowhere to be found when Arsenal claimed a well-deserved victory, and Merson said on Sky Sports, "I felt they, Arsenal, were playing in second gear. Very disappointed with Man United. I don't think they did enough. Arsenal will never have an easier game than this, to be honest. It was too easy, and they didn't play well at all. I really didn't think they, Arsenal, controlled the game. Man United was feeding off scraps in the box. If they had that final pass or Garnacho had lifted his head a few times or picked the right pass, but they ran out of ideas. The win wasn't a walk in the park, but United didn't give Arsenal much to worry about throughout the game." If you have got this far, fans, leave a like. Thank you.